Solving problems involving linear function. George Polya's four steps of solving word problems. The first step, understand the problem. What does it mean? How do you understand? Devise a plan. What goes into this step? Why is it important? The third step, carry out the plan. What happens here? What belongs in this step? And the fourth, what does this step imply? How do you show you did this? Example, he owned a newly born German Shepherd. Suppose the dog weighs 1 kilogram at birth. You've known from your friend that the monthly average weight gained by the dog is 5 kilograms. If the rate of increase of the dog's weight every month is constant, determine the equation that will describe the dog's weight. Predict the dog's weight after 5 months using mathematical equation and graphical representation. We have the first step. Write the given information. 1 kilograms, that's the dog's weight at birth. 5 kilogram, dog's monthly average weight. Step 2. Identify the dependent and independent variables. Let x be the independent variable, which is the number of nuns. Let y be the dependent variable, which is the weight of the dog. Step 3. Complete the table below. So we have the x and y. So take note that the dog is 1 kilogram at 0 months and adds 5 kilogram every month. This is a 0 and 1, 1, 6, 2, 11, and 3 and 16. So as you can see that we add 5 to the 1 kilogram, that's why we get 6. And same with this one. And then let's see the step 4. Identify the slope and y-intercept P, then write the equation of a line. So we have the slope is this, the formula, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So we can use the 2 points from the table here. So this is the y sub 2 and this is y sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 1. That's why is it like this one, 6 minus 1 over 1 minus 0. That's 5 over 1 equals 5. So the intercept B is the value of y, where x equals 0. So from the table, we see that when x equals 0 and y equals 1. Step 5. To find the equation, we use the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So the equation of the line, therefore, is y equals 5x plus 1. So let's graph the linear equations. So for graphing, I show you how to graph this, even though you have this graphing also. So one first plot the one here, that's why you have point there. And this is the origin. So positive 1 for y-intercept, then going up or going right because this is 5 and positive. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and going right because that's positive 1. 1. So I would like to clarify this one. This slope is 5 over 1. We can write as 5 over 1 or rise over 1. That's why we need to connect the points using a line. So sketch the line. And then step 6, answer the problem. Predict the dog's weight after 5 months. That is the value of y when x equals 5. Y equals 5x plus 1 equals 5 times 5 plus 1. So we're going to substitute 5 here. So this becomes 25 plus 1. And then this becomes 26. So therefore, that's 26 kilogram. If you will extend the ray on the graph, you will see that the ray will cross the point 526. Yeah, where do you get the 526 here? So we're going to extend the line going up. Therefore, we can reach the 5 and 26 there. Another example, you are planning a party for your upcoming 18th birthday. You want to figure out how much it will cost to rent space and pay persons for meals. If the cost of the rental space is 4,000 and the price per person for food is 450 pesos, a linear equation can be constructed to show the total cost. For letter A problem, how much would you need for your 50 guests? How about the 100 guests? For letter B problem, how many guests could you invite if your budget is 20,000? We're going to answer that later. So let's have the step one first. Write the given information. So 4,000 cost to rent the space. And the 450 pesos cost of a meal per person. For step two, identify the dependent and independent variables. So let x be the independent variable, which is the number of guests. Let y be the dependent variable, which is the cost of the party. Therefore, step 3, complete the table below. So as you can see, we have the table that's starting from 0 again. So 0 and ends at 4,000. So as you can see, this 4,000 is in the figure of the problem in the example. And then we're going to add 450. That's why it becomes 4,450. And then next 4,900. And then next 5,350. For step 4, identify the slope and y-intercept B. Then write the equations of a line. So as you can see, we use the formula again. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So this formula is for a slope. Now we have the value, the 4,450 for y sub 2 and 4,000 for y sub 1. Then x sub 2 is for 1 and x sub 1 is 0. And then when we subtract that, we get 450. 450 over 1 is equivalent to 450. So this b is the y-intercepts, that is 4,000. Step 5. Therefore, the equation of the line is y equals 450x plus 4,000. So if you're going to check it out, then you're going to find a value for range, right, for y. So if you're going to substitute the value for x as 0, it becomes 4,000. So just look at back the table. So the answer is 4,000 if the x is 0. How about if 1? Say it becomes 4,450. So look back the table below. So the next is the answer is 4,450. So it means this equation is true and this is right. Since we are not asked to use graphical representation, we could just skip the graph. Let us now answer the problem. So when x equals to 50, we're going to substitute. Y equals 450x plus 4,000. 450 times 50 plus 4,000. So we're going to multiply 450 times 50. This becomes 22,500 plus 4,000. So the answer is 26,500. And for x equals 100, y equals 450x plus 4,000. Then 450 times 100 plus 4,000. Now we're going to multiply 450 to 100. So it becomes 45,000 plus 4,000. So the answer is 49,000. Let's hide the activity. So read the problem below, show your complete solutions in answering the questions that follow. The phone company charges a flat rate of 1,900 pesos per month. In addition, they charge 2 pesos and 50 centavos for each minute of service. So let's have the question for letter A. Write a linear equation for a monthly charge based upon the numbers of minutes of service each month. So this is the equations. The linear equations, y equals 2.50x plus 1,900. How is it possible like that? Because according to the given to the problem, the charges in each minute is 250 or 2 pesos and 50 centavos. And we have the charges of flat rate per month, that's 1,900. So I'm going to direct answer with this. So that's why this is a linear equation. For letter B, interpret the slope. So how are you going to identify this interpret slope? Or how are you going to identify if without the table? So you need to show first the table before you interpret the slope. So let's have the m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So that's the formula of the slope. Now, as you can see, we use the table above. So 1,902.50, 1,902 pesos and 50 centavos minus 1,900 pesos over 1 minus 0. And then it's equals 2 pesos and 50 centavos over 1. And then the answer is 2 pesos and 50 centavos. Alright, so let's check. Interpret the y-intercept. So we're done with interpreting the slope. So let's go to the letter C, the y-intercepts. So the intercept B is the value of y where x equals 0. So from the table, we see that when, so letter B is, yes, so that is 1,900. Okay, so that's our y-intercept. For letter G, what will be the charge for 100 minutes of service? So we have the equation, so y equals 2.50x plus 1,900. And we're going to substitute x, which is 100, then 2.50 times 100 plus 1,900, then 2.50 times 100 is 250. Then we're going to add this to 1,900, so the answer is 2,150. Letter E, you can afford 3,000 pesos phone bill each month. How long can you afford to talk on the phone each month? So we need to write first the equation 2.50x plus 1,900. So our y here is 3,000, so we're going to substitute. And then, so let's get the value for x because we're asking how long can you afford. So how long is the minutes that you can afford to talk on the phone each month. So we're going to use the substitutions here. And then after the substitution, then we're going to combine all the constants. So the constant here is 3,000 and 1,900. They're using the subtraction property of equality or transpose 1,900 to the left side. So it becomes minus 1,900. Then equals 2.50x. And then subtract this, it becomes 1,100 equals 2.50x. And then divide both sides by 2.50. Then if we're going to simplify, we're going to simplify this, it becomes 440. Then don't forget that 2.50 is cancelled. So this is the answer for asking how long can you afford to talk on the phone each month.